It's the EP Podcast. Evergreen Park.
We're going to kick off the EP podcast this week at Spoke and Vine, northeast corner of 95th and Kedzie, where the lunchtime menu is absolute. As the kids say, Frank Murray from the Evergreen Park Public Library, the lunch menu is fire.
Oh, fire.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to go with another one. I was like, no, not
6,
that
7?
one. No, not that one. Just fire is great. That's great.
I don't know what the other thing means.
I don't know.
Okay, but it's absolute fire. And I say this because I already know what we're going to talk about today, and I've had this before. I've come in here on my own. We've never featured on the show before.
Good. So then
but
I
this
can
is
just take
No, you
this?
have to wait till Reed and Bridget come in. We're going to talk about what's going on at the library for the holidays as well. Lots to do here while we're hanging out at Spoke and Vine. But Reed and Bridget are going to step in right now, and I cannot wait to hear about this. Bridget's going to come over here first. Reed's bringing wine. This is my favorite part of the show. That's why we're starting the show off with it. How are you guys?
Very good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm digging the apron.
Well, I have to work sometimes.
No, I'm not making fun of you for it. I like the look. I think that you know when you bring out the sandwiches with the apron, it feels more like like ABC7 WGN morning show, right? Where the person comes and shows it off. They wear the apron. You go, why are they wearing that? You know they didn't cook it on set, but they do it just for like
idea for next one. We do it in the kitchen.
Right. Next
And
one
watch-
in the kitchen, watch you cook.
I don't know about that. But maybe I get a whole series of aprons and just odd props.
I would buy a Spoke and Vine apron and use it around the house. I would do that. This is another merch idea for you. It's something to jump right into.
Every day, a new merch idea.
Every day.
Exclusive.
All right. So in addition to the game room opening up, which I've already seen people go back and use while we're sitting here and we're recording today, you have the new lunch menu and the new hours. I've been in here for lunch a couple times. I love the ambiance. I love all the different offerings that you have. But tell everybody about this one, because I'm a fan of Cuban sandwiches. Like, this is something I look for in restaurants, Frank. Did you know that about me?
I did not. This is news to me.
I like my sandwiches
new
like I
about you
like
every
my
time.
women, okay? I like a Cuban sandwich, okay?
I
Would be
am also
incredible.
a fan.
Yes. And so these are one of my favorite things, and you can do them a little variations in them, but I believe yours is pretty classic. Tell me what we have here.
I am roasting the pork, doing a hand-pulled pork, and then also I'm making our house mustard blend for the Cubano. It's on a Tolero roll, which is kind of as close as we can get, and then Havarti cheese, ham, deliciousness, pressed, warm, gooey.
When you're
Cheese pull. You might even get a little bit of that caramelized cheese on the side, which is the best.
I want you to dig into it first. I'm going to let you go first this time. Yeah, well, I asked her a question.
You've already had one.
I've already had one, so I'm going to let you...
This is why he's being so nice.
That you were not
and
left
polite.
out.
Jeez.
I want you to dig into it first while I ask her a follow-up question.
Great.
There's a plan here, okay? All right. So the pork, this is something I'm always really curious about with Cubanos. The ham is self-explanatory, but do you season the pork in a certain way? It's definitely not like pulled pork because I would get more of a barbecue off of it. But how do you do that?
My seasoning leans a little bit more Mexican.
Okay.
So there's guajillo chili and chili powder, and so it's not spicy, but it is
Delicious.
Okay.
Delicious. I am a word.
He's over.
Because I only have like 3 words to use, but this is amazing. This is absolutely amazing.
I got amazing and delicious.
He's over here
Hold on.
grunting.
Yummy.
The chicken and cheese melt, as well as the Italian stack combo, was amazing. Like, I'm coming and ordering the sandwich. This is
cool.
This is delicious.
I already know that it's amazing. You'll see me eat it while Frank's wasting my time with all of his boring knowledge and stuff like that. I'm just joking with you. I can't wait to hear about everything that you have going on. They have a very, very stacked calendar here in December, and you guys have a calendar that's stacked up as well. I know you're doing what's the Bubbles event, Reed?
So we do holiday bubbles all through December.
Okay.
It's one of our tasting events that we do at the party table. We try to keep the price down on it. It allows everyone to get together with their friends. It's going to be 6 or 7 bubbly wines. So kind of in between Moscatos, Proseccos, Champagnes, the whole deal, with some light food fare as well. So just something fun to get out and celebrate with your friends.
All right. And is there a difference between the champagne and the Prosecco, or is it just where it's made? Like, is that something like like the Syrah Shiraz thing, or is there a big difference?
Yeah, so that's kind of the full gamut of sparkling wine. So there are different grapes involved, and then there are different manufacturing techniques that involve all sorts of stuff. You should come to the event, and we can tell you all about it.
Okay, I'm coming to the event then. I think that's a plan. And then we have
not only great food and delicious spirits and wine, but you learn a lot too. That's you are always learning with Reed.
This is why I asked him the question. Like, he smiled when I asked the question. He was like, yes, I get to drop some knowledge on the show.
He's like, home run. Boom.
It's what he enjoys doing the most. And that's why we're going to ask him about this wine. Tell me what this is right here.
All right. So the wine we're featuring today is Eladia. It's from the Eladia district in Paso Robles in the central coast of California. It's one of the higher top end bottles in the region. It really stands out against the Burgundian and the Pinot Noirs. It's an all limestone influenced terroir, and you get it's up on the top of a hill, so they get really cool nights. So you get those dural shifts, because when you want to make really pretty wine, you want hot days and cold nights. The change in temperature really impacts how the wine is made. They age this for 15 months in French oak. 21% of it's new. It's just an outstanding, spectacular, super light-bodied, pretty wine for the holidays. So if you need a bottle of wine to take to your dinner for any time this year, come see us. We do gifts as well. That's what we're here for.
My wife's got a Christmas list, and she's coming here and taking care of several people on it.
Mm-hmm. What I like the most is that it's light. I was just sitting here the other day. Remember, I walked in, I kind of told you what I was thinking, and you immediately grabbed the bottle and you said, this one's just a little bit lighter, but it's the same style. And I know I remember that, not very clearly because I had a few glasses of wine, but I do remember that conversation that we had. Mm-hmm. And you know what? I would think that a lot of people would just believe that in the cold, in the winter, it's the time for a heavier wine, but you keep coming up with these lighter ones, and I dig them for this time of year.
Especially as you're like rolling into the fall, sometimes you need something a little bit more delicate.
All right, so cheers to the wine. Cheers to Spoken Vine. So much going on with you guys. I mean, seriously, everything from the gaming room opening up, and you continue to do expansion. This eyesore of a building that was next to you is knocked down. It's even though the parking lot didn't actually get bigger, it feels bigger when I pull into it. There's always plenty of parking here. You've got the lunch menu. You've got the new hours. Bridget, before I let you go and we talk with Frank, if you could just kind of real quick break it down for those that don't know what the hours are for Spoken Vine right now.
We are open at 11 a.m. Monday through Saturday. Our lunch menu is from 11 to 2. And then during the week, Monday through Thursday, we stay open till 9. And on Friday and Saturday, we're open until 10.
Okay. And it's always fun to get out here. I really enjoy coming here. I pop in as much as I possibly can. And I've been doing more lunch even than I have been doing in the evenings.
And you can get the meatballs or the dates at lunchtime too. We're keeping that menu.
But the sandwiches are so good. That's the thing.
But
when do I get to start getting the sandwiches at night?
Sometimes we want a sandwich, maybe and some bacon dates.
They're becoming one of my regular food groups. Is Spoken Vine food. It really is becoming.
It's
that.
Amazing food.
I know. And when
Delicious.
they opened up originally, I remember thinking to myself, "Oh, it's a wine place," and they might do a couple of food items. And this really has become a full-on restaurant that has an incredible selection of wines. You guys are doing a great job.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Cheers.
Again, this sandwich is incredible. You'll see me munching on it as Frank chows down. Get another bite in there, then you got to do some talking. All right. You can't spend all your time eating sandwiches and drinking wine.
First, I just have to give another plug. Last month, I gave a plug for it, but it's December 2nd through Saturday, December 6th is our big support, our fundraiser event. We're partnering up with Double Good Popcorn. So any purchases you make through Double Good Popcorn, 50% of it will go to the Evergreen Park Library Foundation. We have information all over the library's website, social media, and in person, QR codes that you can scan. So you go right to the fundraiser page for the library, and you can make gifts. You can pair up some popcorn with some delicious wine from Spoken Vine, and do a little gift bag for your family or friends for the holiday season, and be an awesome gift giver.
It sounds like a really, really fun little event and something that you're doing there. When you're coming up with these, especially when you talk about the scavenger hunt, like, is that like a big team thing? Everybody sits down and they kind of they're throwing ideas at the wall, or how does this idea come apart?
What sticks? So what Chris is referencing, we're having a holiday scavenger hunt for the entire month of December. Come on in. We've got these little, essentially a bingo card for you.
Yeah.
And there's 12 different activities for you to do, and it just exposes you to all the different resources that the library has to offer.
Yeah.
So this is something that we talked about. We have, a lot of people just think of the library as a place of books, but we are so much more. We're a true community space with so many different resources, and these different activities introduce you to a variety of those resources. So it's more of an encouragement to expose people to the different resources the library has, and the winner of this activity or scavenger hunt will win a Kindle, nice little gift basket that features a Kindle and several other winter-themed items.
So I'm looking at some of these, like attend a library program. I've done that. Donate to the Evergreen Park Food Pantry, taken care of.
Yep.
You download the library app to your phone. I had no idea that you had or it's Libby app.
Well,
I misread it.
Yeah, Libby app.
What is the Libby app?
Libby app allows you to download ebooks and e-audiobooks.
Okay. Download that onto your phone, and there's a couple other things here you could do. Find Nutella, which is not the jar of Nutella.
No, not the jar of Nutella.
So you don't want
Nutella,
people walking in with a jar of Nutella.
Yeah,
Explain that for those that
so
don't
Nutella,
remember.
we have a kind of a library mascot, Nutella. She was created by our former library employee, Jenna Hart-Wadnewski, and Nutella is a squirrel, and she is hidden around the library every week to a new spot. And if you find Nutella, you get a sucker.
Okay.
And it's a big hit with the kids. But we also have download a movie on the Canopy app. You can.
That's
with
something
Canopy,
people forget about.
You
that
can
you have
stream
this
movies
app,
and
it's a
TV shows
streaming
for
app.
free.
Yeah.
We have a brand new, or not a brand new, but a newer resource called Udemy, and it's perfect for that professional person that is looking to take the next step in their career, whether they want to learn a new skill or a new, I want to learn QuickBooks. There's classes there that are led by instructors, and it's all for free with your Evergreen Park Library card.
That's awesome. Very, very cool. And so is the idea they have to do all 12 of them, or they're not doing like tic-tac-toe here? They do all 12 of them, and if there's more than one person that does all 12, and then it's like a drawing?
So, great question. So so there's 12 activities on here. You got to complete 8.
8 of them. Okay.
Got to complete 8. Hand that in. If you want to do more, you'll get another entry into the raffle. But yeah, that's what we're just trying to expose people to all the different great and amazing resources that we have at the library.
I mean, I'm going to tell you something right now. Every once in a while, I'll go back, I'll look at the stuff that we've talked about when we sit down once a month. And some of these programs are absolutely incredible. I mean, like you go back to the Canopy, the streaming thing, where now, I mean, if you're here in Evergreen Park and you got your library card, you can stream movies. Sometimes you may be paying for something you don't need to pay for because the library is going to give it to you. Stream it at home
for free. Yep.
So and these things that you're helping is not just for kids. Like the way that you're able to help adults that are trying to like get a new job or get a better job, and all these career services. I don't think people, if they're not paying attention, sometimes I don't think everybody realizes what's over at the library. That's why I love that we highlight it here.
I appreciate that, Chris. And that's why we are a lifelong learning institution from birth to death, literally. I mean, it's all ages. We have something for everybody.
Do you get a rush of families coming in to try to find Christmas books? Like, I know that, like, every year we'll bust out this huge, like, crate of all just Christmas stories. You know, everything from Was a Night Before Christmas, which I read on Christmas Eve to the kids before they go to bed every night, which is kind of funny now when I have a 20 and a 17-year-old, and they're like, can we do the night before Christmas?
It's a tradition.
And it's hysterical. And I have to read this thing. But like, we have all these books that you only see once a year to come out. Do you see a rush, or do you bring out extra stuff that's not normally on the shelves during this time of year?
That's a great question, because we're recording this right before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And right after Thanksgiving, when we come back on that Saturday, Sunday, Monday, whenever we start working, we've already pulled out all of our Christmas CDs. So we get a big ask for Christmas CDs, and then our youth department, they put out a table in front of the youth desk, and it's just full of anything related to the holidays. Because yes, we get a ton of questions about holiday books.
Oh, I've completely forgot about the CDs too. Like people are grabbing their Christmas music from the library.
They don't circulate as much as they used to, Chris. But they're still there. They're still there. Holiday CDs.
Because let's be honest, if I were to sit there and say, "Hey, I picked up some CDs from the library," my kids would be like, "You don't have a Spotify account for Christmas?" Like that's exactly what they would do to me. But yeah, that's a really great service. There's a lot of things that are available. Let's go through some of the other stuff going on just for the holidays, programs or events that you have coming up.
Yeah. So we talked about the scavenger hunt. Kids. We'll start with our kids, our children's department. We are going to be having a Merry Grinchmas on Thursday, December 4th at 6:30 p.m. It's for grades 5 and under. Come out, join the Grinch. We'll have crafts, snacks, and we'll be showing the Dr. Seuss How the Grinch Stole Christmas. And we've talked about this before because it's a popular one. So we
the cartoon
we
one
reuse
you're
it.
showing first,
It is
right?
the 1966.
All right, which one's your favorite?
That one.
That one's your favorite?
Yeah, that's my favorite.
You know what?
I haven't really found one that's been...
The Jim Carrey one's good. I
Yeah.
don't like the Benedict Cumberbatch.
No, I didn't.
I felt like they did it too soon after the Jim Carrey one.
Yeah.
The Jim Carrey one's good.
There's not
Did you
much
see that
time to
Cindy Lou,
breathe.
who now is like a punk rocker?
With the Jim Carrey one.
Yeah, the one from the
Yeah, they
Cindy
did
Lou
a
from the-
recently did a
from the Pretty Reckless.
yeah.
She's the lead singer from their band. I cannot believe it. Every time I see that, I go, "That's Cindy Lou Who."
Cindy Lou Who.
Yeah, she has a song now. Somebody played this for me the other day. She has a song now where it starts off with her as Cindy Lou Who singing "Where Are You Christmas."
Really?
Ends as her playing with the Pretty Reckless in like this punk rock version of "Where Are You Christmas."
Pretty cool.
Yeah, you'll be hearing it. I guarantee you on the radio this season. You will hear it.
It's going to go. So, and something that's really not related to the holidays, but it is just trending big time with this demographic. But we're having a K-pop Demon Hunters sing and dance along.
So big in my house.
Saturday, December 6th, 2 p.m. Huge in my house. My kids are making
From the
videos
10-year-old
about
to the
it.
20-year-old, right? The whole, all three of the Lanuti kids, K-pop Demon Hunters.
Come on out. We're gonna be showing the movie. We're gonna be doing all sorts of fun to.
They're playing one of the songs on the mix.
You're right,
And
all
on
the time.
103.5. I mean,
All
like
the
I
time.
hear it on the radio now. They're playing that song. What else do we
Well,
have?
hey, moving on to the teens. We got
teens.
some teen activities that are going on in December. We have, of course, our ever popular Stack and Stem. December 2nd, we're going to be doing elephant toothpaste. And on Tuesday, December 16th, we're going to be making peppermint lip balm. So the teens will be able to come in. And that's at 3:30. You can register, but drop-in is welcome. That way we know we have enough tasty snacks for the teens. It's always a big hit.
Elephant toothpaste.
Elephant toothpaste.
And peppermint lip balm.
And peppermint lip balm.
Are those both on the same day at the same time?
Tuesday, December 2nd, we're going to be doing elephant toothpaste.
Okay.
And then Tuesday, December 16th, we'll be doing the
Good.
peppermint
We have a
lip balm.
good separation of those two things.
Yes.
Last thing you want is kids gluing their lips together, Frank.
That would be
Terrible.
a lot of fun.
That would be a bad PR disaster for the library.
Or we'd have some happy parents.
Yeah.
One of the two. Yeah. We also are always looking to encourage our teens to volunteer and get involved in their community, and there's no better way than at the library through our high school Reading Buddy program. It's an extremely popular program that's hosted on Thursdays at 5 p.m., so if you are a high school student, need some community service hours, come talk to Miss Mary Black and Miss Andrea, and they will set you up with the opportunity to be a reading buddy with a student K through 5. And then on Tuesday, December 16th at 6:30 p.m., we're having a program called The Rule of Rum, where we're going to learn about and have a little bit of sampling of some rum.
We're drinking rum at the library?
Rum
What
in the
day is
library.
this?
We might have to do
What
a
day is
bourbon
this?
one.
What day is this?
This is Tuesday, December 16th.
This is the same day that the kids are
6:30
doing
p.m.
the peppermint chapstick.
That's right. That's right. Way to go. Hold on. He actually does listen to me.
I think that's hysterical.
does listen to me.
There'll be kids making peppermint lipstick, and then there'll be adults walking around smelling like rum. I love it.
3
That'll be
hours later.
Oh,
There's a
3 hours
3
later?
hours
Okay.
difference. Yeah, it's
We'll
3
save
hours
some of the
difference.
peppermint
Yeah.
chapstick so I can kind of
So you can hide the rum
smell
breath.
as I drive home.
Building relationships, supporting the community, and service. These are the things that Country Financial stands for. They're more than just an office you may pass by as you drive through Evergreen Park. They're neighbors who lend a helping hand and support the fabric of your community, including charitable organizations, sports, financial education, and civic organizations. And since Country is already your neighbor, they want to get together and chat. Call your local Country Financial representative, Mike Thauer, today at 708-425-1559 to talk about the things that are important to you and how he can help you protect them. Sitting down here in the studio with me for this segment, we have Ann Orzechowski. How are you, Ann?
Wonderful. Thank you for having me, Chris. It's an honor. It's a pleasure. Be down in the studio.
You've watched the show before. You were ready for this.
I was ready. I watched a few clips. I was like, this is profesh. This is fantastic.
You're making me blush. That's awesome.
Getting called into the EP podcast.
Ann works for OSF, a little company in Mary. She's a nurse practitioner. Are you in the actual hospital building? Where are you located at? Where do you do your thing?
So we have a couple clinics. We've got one on Kedzie. We've got one down 95th across the street from the mall. We've got one in Palos. So I'm at like a satellite clinic. So close by 6700 West 95th, right by the CarMax.
But you're part of the whole group.
Part of the whole group.
Somebody might bump into you when they go and they do things.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. And nurse practitioner, we're going to talk a little bit about what that is, because I'm very curious. This is something I've always wanted to ask. I've always wanted to ask a nurse practitioner these questions, and I don't want you to be offended by them. But
you can't offend me.
We're going to get to those, okay? And then I also know that this is the season for respiratory illnesses, so that's what we're going to talk about as well. But let's talk nurse practitioner first. I have to admit this.
Please.
I go see my regular doctor. And I'll have my normal appointment with him. He'll sit in there. We'll go through everything. He'll ask me everything going on in my life. Like, I'll sit there. I go to a doctor like I'm going to a mechanic. If I'm going to spend the money there, we're checking everything.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah,
we're checking. I'm going
to ask every weird question I can. And they've gotten weirder since I got divorced. Okay, I have some weird questions that I ask him now.
Totally.
At 48 years old. But then every once in a while, I'll have something where I need to go see my doctor, and I'll try to get an appointment, and they'll be like, he's busy, but we have a nurse practitioner to see you. And I always feel cheated. I would imagine a lot of people feel that way, because I'm like, well, this isn't a doctor.
I think this is a common feeling. I do.
So where do you fall in the medical range? Because you don't have MD, right?
There you go. I do not.
So what do you do and what can't you do?
So this is a fantastic question. I think a lot of people have this question because just so everybody knows, there's a huge shortage of doctors in this country. Huge shortage. So nurse practitioners.
Is it a shortage, or is it they just can't stay on schedule? Like, I show up for the 2:00 appointment, I'm there till 3:30.
You're waiting an hour. Waiting an hour. There you go. I mean, debatable. Staying on schedule. We could do a whole podcast about that. How long you were waiting in the office. So there's a huge shortage of doctors. Nurse practitioners are luckily for me, there is a shortage for doctors, so I get to have this amazing job. So I'm a nurse. I was a nurse for a while, and you can go back and get your master's or your doctorate. You have the same type of capabilities, whether you have a doctorate or a master's. A doctorate as a nurse practitioner, you do a lot more research. But I can prescribe, order labs and tests, do some procedures, do a pap smear, and then I can get specific training in different spots. So as a nurse practitioner, I don't do residency. I don't do med school, so I pick a track. So I pick adult health, I pick peds, I pick family, I pick acute care, outside primary care. So because of that, we focus on one spot because we don't do residency, and so we pick that one spot. And so I can do a lot of what a physician does. However, I would never tell you that I'm a doc or know what the doc does. So if they say, hey, do you want to see your nurse? Do you want to see the nurse practitioner working with the doc? We work really closely with them, have a great relationship with them, and hopefully we can get you in, we can get you seen, we can adjust your blood pressure meds, your diabetes meds, hopefully answer your weird questions that you have.
Oh, I have weird questions.
That's fantastic.
I do.
Those are my favorite.
Yeah, well,
Those are my favorite visits.
I went to Germany and France over the summer, and I came back, and I don't know, I might have laid on a dirty pillow in the plane or something like that, right? But I had like this just weird like thing underneath my eye. It was like this little rash, and they gave me the nurse practitioner, and I was like, are you qualified to tell me what this is? Because this could be some weird, like European, like face-eating bacteria. Like what? And it was something really normal. Like like here's a little hydrocortisone.
But you never know.
Calm down.
You never know. It's good to get that checked out.
But I did the thing where I said, "Are you sure you don't want to talk to the doctor about it?" Like, do you get that? And does that offend you? Does that offend you when somebody does that?
Never. Because I mean, I grew up seeing the family doc. It's just, our healthcare, as we all know, is crazy. You can barely get into your doc. Everything's expensive. Everything's expensive in the world. So we're kind of there to kind of help with that. So if we can get you seen sooner, that's the point. I'll never be offended. If anybody has questions about what I do, or if they don't want to see me or they want to see me, I'd love to talk to people about it. And I think most nurse practitioners feel the same way.
But you're able to diagnose things.
I can diagnose things.
You're able to look at things, and you're able to prescribe things too,
I sure
right?
can. I sure can. So I have my own panel of patients, and then I work with Dr. Ulasik. He's fantastic over at Little Company, and he's got his panel. So I'll see. So he's real busy. So if you can't get in to see him, I will see his follow-ups. I'll help with the blood pressure management if you've got an issue. So I see my own panel of patients, and then I see his as well.
Okay. All right. I mean, I will feel better now.
Good.
Because this is something I always you want to ask this question. Like when you're in the room and you're like, and you want to ask it. You sit. I think a lot of patients do that.
I think so too. You
because
want to be like,
you're used to your doctor, and you feel like, okay, well, there must be a difference.
Yes.
So now, okay, they're telling me, don't worry. It's not
Yes.
this. It's just this. You only did this medicine. You're going to be fine.
Right.
And I'm sitting there going, I hope so.
Are you sure you know what you're talking
and
about?
That's
Yes.
what I do. Or like,
Yes.
I think I've strained a muscle. Yeah, it's just a strain. Are you sure it's not broken? It'll
sure?
be fine. And I'm like, do I need to go ask somebody else? And like that. So you're telling me, don't worry about that. You go through it so much more than just your average nurse to become a nurse practitioner.
There you go.
You're not a doctor. Have you ever thought doctor next? Like,
No.
do you
So-
get nurse practitioners to sit there and say, you know what, there's something to be going to the next thing and becoming
That's a great
doctor?
question too. And I have people say like, so when are you going to become a doctor? So completely different track. I'd have to start over, take all the prereqs again that I already did. And honestly, I have the best job in the world. This is
Right, because if something goes wrong, you're like, I'm just a nurse practitioner.
that's what I told the lawyer.
Hey, I don't know what were you expecting from me? No, I'm just joking. Okay, so one of the things that you see normally, Anne, during this time of year are respiratory illnesses. And I have 3 kids. One's 20, one's 17. I got a 10-year-old.
Oh, God bless you.
I was lucky the third one came along later, because then the 2 older ones could help.
You knew what you were
saying?
doing too. You tried
Right.
it out first on the other
If
2.
you get 3, whenever I meet people and they're like, we have 3 and they're within the same age. Okay. Or we have 4. Like my sister said it best. After you have the second one, you could play blocker. You and your spouse, right?
That's true.
The third one's like throwing an anchor at you while you're floating in the ocean, like instead of a raft. Like
So
that's
true.
it. It's chaos after that. So I was lucky he was spread out. But my middle guy, my 17-year-old, when he was young, especially when he was the age of my youngest, he had asthma, and it would only pop up in high stress situations, in the cold, or if he got sick, which was amazing because he was a hockey player. So it was like you had to pick something where it was heavily physical on
There you
ice,
go.
and you have this breathing issue. But he did fine with it. He got used to it. He'd carry his inhaler around with him when he played. But when he would get sick, especially a respiratory illness, it was so much worse. I always say all 3 of my kids, like I love them all equally. But if the other 2 cough in the middle of the night, I don't bat an eye. I sleep through the night. Mm-hmm. If he makes any kind of cough, even now at 17, when he doesn't have this problem anymore, he's grown out of it. His lungs have grown stronger over time. We don't see this now when he gets sick. But like if he coughs, I wake up, I can't sleep for the rest of the night.
You're still twitching because you're listening for it.
Because when you're dealing with respiratory illnesses, especially with children, it's a scary thing. So
terrifying.
How do you tell people to prevent it this time of year? What's the best way to do it?
Absolutely great question. So everybody's probably going to get a cold this time of year. We're all inside. We're all close to each other. So people are going to get mad at me. I know especially in this neighborhood, but the best way to prevent it is the flu vaccine. So I got lots of people that are like, oh, tired of vaccinations, especially after COVID and all of that. So number one, if you've got somebody in your family that's got asthma or COPD or a respiratory problem or immunocompromised, the best thing you can do is get a flu shot. Second thing you can do, keep yourself healthy, wash your hands, wash your surfaces. You're going to get a cold this season. It's going to happen. If you can keep yourself healthy. So if you could get 8 hours of sleep, take a multivitamin, exercise regularly, eat healthy, moderate alcohol.
I don't know why you looked at me that way. It's not. I'm not making any. Yeah, I'm not making any changes. Okay, maybe the children can cut back, not me. Okay, so moderate alcohol. Okay, but you be more careful. Don't get weak or anything like that. But I got to go back to what you said about the flu vaccine.
Yeah.
Because I've made this argument myself, so I'm going to make it.
Yeah, please.
They guess every year as to what strain the flu is,
yes.
and if they're wrong, the vaccine does nothing.
Oh, you're so right. You're so right.
So this is why I don't do it, because I'm like, they're not right all the time, and why do I have to have a needle stuck in my arm?
You're right. You're totally right.
Okay.
So this year it's great. This is a good year. So even if it's about 30% effective, that's like a great vaccine. You're like, oh, 30%, but that's a fantastic. This year, I think we're like, between different age ranges, it's like 30 to 60%. So like averaging like 50%. So this flu vaccine is fantastic. There are some flu mutations, so it's not going to hit every single one, but it's a pretty darn good flu vaccine this year.
Okay. All right. Oh, she's a nurse practitioner. I trust her. Okay. So when somebody does get a respiratory illness, okay, and it may take them a little bit of time to get in there and see a doctor or a nurse practitioner like yourself, what are the steps that you tell them to take? Like, I could say what I used to do. I mean, I'm the king of...
What did you used to do? Hot toddy, a little bit of...
You know what I...
Dayquil.
Well, first of all, the Vicks on the chest opens things up. The Vicks on the chest opens things up. With the guy that had the asthma issues, if the inhaler wasn't working, if the nebulizer wasn't working, I would go into the shower. I would make sure the vent wasn't on.
Yup.
I would steam that thing so much that there'd be water dripping down the walls.
You had
and I would have him sit in there in that steam, and that would clear him up sometimes better than the inhaler.
I agree.
Giving him that kind of like, so I'm an expert at this, okay?
I see you having the flashbacks. Like, I can see you having the, like, when you had a sick asthma kid, you're like, oh.
We had one where we were on vacation and his mother left the inhaler behind when he was little. And I did the thing, like, you ever see that movie Signs where like Mel Gibson's with his kid with the breathing problem and he's trying to breathe with him? I did that until we could get him one that day. It was awful. It was the worst.
Like, I see you having the...
I watched that movie and I get flashbacks from that as well. He's good now. Don't worry about it. He's good now. He's fine. But those are the things that I always do when there's a respiratory illness. Am I missing something? What would you recommend?
No, you are absolutely right. You don't have to get a test if you are a young, healthy person. If you've got body aches, chills, high fevers, you probably have the flu. If you want to know, that's very helpful. I would say stay home. It's good to know, actually, because then you know how long it's going to last. So it could be 5 to 7 days. That's the average for a flu. So if you want to go to an OSF on-call, get a little nose swab, they'll tell you you've got it. Stay home. Tylenol, Motrin for fevers, over-the-counter Robitussin. I love Dayquil, NyQuil because it's got a little bit of everything in it for you. And then mostly rest. Stay away from everybody else.
What do you say to somebody like me who works for himself and refuses to be sick? I'm that guy. Like, you
just power through.
When I get sick, like when I get the flu, I may take a day. Like, I may say that I'm taking a day. Well, my voice will go.
I get it. You can't with your voice.
Flu illness will go after the weakest thing on you, right? Am I wrong about that?
I think you're probably a talker in your life. So
it goes after my vocal cords whenever I get sick. That's the first thing that happens, is that suddenly I'm losing my voice and sometimes it will go. It's every illness goes after this, okay? Because it's what gets used the most.
Right.
So as long as I have that, I'm like, all right, I'm back. And I get yelled at all the time. My oldest, my daughter, yells at her father, like, "What? You're sick, stay home." My mother calls me up, "You're sick, stay home." And I'm sitting there going, I can't do 5 to 7 days.
Right.
Like, I'm one of those people that'll say, okay, it's done. And I try to tell my body, you're well. Okay, so how do you deal with people like that? Because there's stubborn people out there like myself who refuse to accept that they're ill.
That's true. So if you're having high fevers, high chills, so you're gonna get
If I get a fever or chill, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm a big baby. I'm underneath the cushions.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
So that's probably the flu. You got the flu, you're cooked. You feel like you're dying. But if you've got a cold, I mean, if you're gonna be around somebody that's got asthma, if you got to be around like your sick grandma, wear a mask. Don't go. But, if you're in your day-to-day life, supportive care, Tylenol, take some over-the-counter stuff. I mean, I have a lot of people. All of my construction workers are like, I don't get sick. I'm just gonna take a couple Motrin. I'm going.
See, I love that. The stereotype is real. I got tough guys who are like, I'm not sick.
I'm not sick.
Guys do that. Right? I mean, you've seen it now.
I mean, that's true. But we haven't.
Who do you see most? I would imagine moms.
I see a lot of moms.
Whoever the primary parent is in the house.
Yeah, I see a lot of moms.
Will refuse to go down
Yeah.
because they have to take care of everybody else.
Yeah, I see a lot of moms. I see a lot of everybody. I see some kids. I see a lot of old people. The old ladies are my favorite. And then I see some young guys, or a lot of people. A lot of women will make their husbands come in.
Yeah.
They're like, my wife made this appointment for me. She told me to call you to get blood work.
And it's begrudging.
Yeah,
I love that.
That's why I'm here.
So if somebody's out there right now, they're looking for a doctor, nurse practitioner. I've switched I want to say it was 5-6 years ago. I switched because I just wanted to get better care and found somebody that I was really comfortable with. Is it hard right now for somebody to move into the OSF system or get in there or find somebody
Great
like
question.
you?
No, we've got a ton of availability. Our plan is to get you seen same day or next day. We've got urgent care visits. So you can get hooked up with a primary. It's always best to come see your primary. And we do this care team, which not every system does. So you work with a primary doc, and then you've got your nurse practitioners. So you see the both of us. Come on down. We'd love to see you.
All right. OSFhealthcare.org. I brought it up in front of me because I didn't think you had it on your notes. I was saving you because I was going to be like, where do they go? And I was like, she doesn't have the answer. I could tell. So I looked it up for you. OSFhealthcare.org. And thank you so much.
Appreciate it, Chris. This is a pleasure. Thank you for having me on. This is incredible.
It's the EP Podcast. All things Evergreen Park. It's the EP Podcast. Evergreen Park.